Yo, what's going on, fellas? Today I wanted to talk about why I've been bullish on XRP for the first time in about 3 years. So, if you've been following my other channel, where I've been making videos since early 2020, you guys know I used to be a big XRP fan right back in this area. And, it was up until the whole SEC drama that I was like, you know what? XRP might struggle for a little bit because of this case, but recently, in the last few months, I've actually been bullish on XRP for the first time and since about 2020. And I'm going to show you guys exactly why. And it's basically has nothing to do with the news. It has everything to do with the charts. So if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you guys press the subscribe button. If you're new, like the stream, like the video, not the stream. I'm used to streaming. And let's get into it. So you guys can see the price action of XRP, right? And to me, this is classic Wyckoff accumulation in here. And before we even bring on the schematic, which is right here, I want to show you guys what's going on in here. So when you see the typical Wyckoff accumulation, and we can see this across cryptos across the board, and I'll show you guys, a couple of those after, and not just cryptos, but the stock market also showing Wyckoff accumulation after a brutal 2022. You guys can see the classic structure of the double low, right? The spring phase, and then we come back in here, and we actually do from the low to the high, we actually come in here and we do a perfect 618 retracement before getting a move up. Now, if you follow my other channel, I was bullish. So after these double lows in here, I've been bullish on XRP ever since this pullback. Now, I was actually looking for it to come a little bit lower to like 38 cents, but I did end up buying some a little bit in here. Not as much as I wanted to, but I ended up picking some in here for this ride up that I am expecting to happen for XRP over the course of the next, I don't know, next year or so. But we did get that double low pullback 618, and we're looking for that continuation. Now, the reason why I bring that up, and this is just a classic Wyckoff accumulation. If we bring the Wyckoff schematic in here, right, take a look at this. If we bring the Wyckoff schematic in here, you guys can see how well this matches up. And this is just a typical awesome Wyckoff in here, right, where you get, you guys can see the SC phase in here, which is this first low, right? We come back down, right, and then we do this ST in phase B, where we get this second low, and this was this big sell-off wick right here, where we had very high volume on that sell-off wick. We basically came up again, right, and we which was right here, right, and then we pulled back, but we actually came up and made a higher low this time, which usually is like a 618 retracement or a 702 retracement. That's what we saw right here. Now, it hasn't been as extended this time, right? And sometimes these Wyckoffs, it doesn't extend as far, right? So this one shows a long time of accumulation. But what's weird in here is we got that big pop up, right? So we're at that point where it's like kind of, are we going to break to the upside? Are we going to continue sideways in here for a little bit? Either way, whether we continue sideways here in a little bit or we get that push up now, I am, like I said, as bullish as I can be on XRP since about 2020. It takes a lot for me to sort of sit here and change my mind on something. I did it with Litecoin earlier this year, and I think we're at that point for XRP. So now if we say that, this was the LPS stage right here, the LPS stage, and we're looking for that move up. Now what we should be expecting is basically a break of these highs, right? A break of these highs. And if we see a break of these highs, I think that confirms that we are going into the SOS stage, which is basically the breakout and then the accumulation above the highs before the real breakout up in here. And it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out in here. But so far, I think we perfectly match this accumulation schematic 2 on the Wyckoff, which basically is just the accumulation pattern for the whales or for the market makers or whoever is doing this pattern in here. So, it's quite beautiful, and you see this a lot when you get these, a year-long bear market and then the higher low structure come in. Very similar to back in 2020, right? Whereas it was the year-long bear market into basically the higher low structure in here before you got that big push up to the upside. So XRP looking pretty good in there. And it's not just XRP, right? So I know a lot of people will be like, but what about the macro? How will the macro allow XRP to rise up. And, you know, the SEC case is not settled. For me, a lot of the times it's the news is going to reflect the chart, right? So if the chart is showing a Wyckoff accumulation, usually what happens is when you get to that breakout point, you usually see that news come in, right? So obviously we haven't had any news right now. I'm a big proponent of ignoring the news, focusing on the charts and letting the chart play out. And usually the news follows up where you get some type of bullish news on a breakout or you get some type of bearish news on a rejection. It always seems to play out that way, right? So that's with XRP. And for all the macro guys who might be saying, but Jordan, you know, the macro's bad. How will this happen? Well, to me, Bitcoin's in the same structure, right? If we go over to this Bitcoin chart, Bitcoin's in the Wyckoff accumulation schematic 1, where basically we had the first low, the second low, the spring phase, right? So the first low, the second low, the spring phase, and I think Bitcoin's already in that SOS phase, right in here. Where Bitcoin's in here, SOS phase is the breakout above the basically the old range, right? Breakout of the old range. And we're just kind of consolidating up here before that next push up for Bitcoin. And that's how I think Bitcoin correlates with, you know, getting that next leg up eventually, whether it's a few weeks from now, like we said with XRP, or it's now, right? Bitcoin getting that next leg could then help XRP finally, like like I said, either we break through now or we go sideways for a few more weeks and eventually break up. That next Bitcoin push should help XRP really get that breakout. Unless we get some crazy news or something that, you know, obviously helps XRP get that rise up. So that's how I'm looking with Bitcoin. And then also kind of the macro sense is, you know, how can Bitcoin get that next rise up if the macro is so bad? And I always continue to say, guys, I mean, people have been saying the macro is bad all year, but yet it's been since October of last year, 9 months, the stock market in an uptrend, right? And the stock market also in a classic accumulation structure in here. You guys can look at this for yourself. It's literally to perfection. SC, ST, ST, SCST, LPS, LPS, breakout. We just saw the SOS phase for the stock markets, and I think the stock market's ready for that next rise up too. So everything is looking very, very, very juicy, and it's not just XRP. I think it's the whole market. But we gotta have patience because we could still see some sideways in here. But I think we are getting to that point where we're going to see that XRP breakout, and this is why I am bullish on XRP for the first time since 2020. Not just now, but you know, I was bullish basically on this pullback in here. This is why I've sort of flipped bullish on XRP, just like I flipped bullish on Litecoin at the beginning of this year, and Litecoin's done very, very well. So that's it for today, guys. Just wanted to do an update on XRP. I know I keep saying I'm going to make a video on this channel every day. I'm going to get into it, right? It's been a boring market lately, not much to talk about, but when there is something to talk about, I will post it on this channel like we did Litecoin earlier this year. Litecoin's killed it. Now we're talking about XRP, and I plan to talk about more stuff as they sort of come about. So like I said, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe, like the damn video, and you know what? Enjoy your Sunday as we got the weekly close coming up. I'll see you guys over on the live stream channel tonight if I haven't seen you here. All right. Peace out. Later. Have a good one.